Well, hello and welcome to this edition of the Lynne Hayes Freeland Show. I hope you have your calendars ready because today we're going to talk about two events that you need to put on your calendar for different reasons, but certainly significantly. My first guest, Rashad Byrdsong, the CEO of Community Empowerment Association. Big stuff coming up. Welcome back, Rashad.
Thank you, Lynn, for having me.
It's kind of interesting because I say big stuff coming up. It's a health and wellness summit, but it's also much needed in our community because we got some stuff going on.
We sure do, Lynn. Not to mention the COVID and pandemic kind of compound existing racial trauma that's been existing in the Black community forever. And not to mention the interpersonal violence that's traumatized in our community, in addition to a lot of the medical issues. We did a research, Lynn, and looking at the comparison of the type of diseases that impact people in the Black community opposed to more affluent communities. And this was taken off of the census. So we're looking at things like heart disease, we're looking at obesity, diabetes, cancer. All those things impact the Black community more than they impact other people. And as a matter of fact, it impacts the life of people. So, when you start talking about how many years less Black people live, it's like 10 to 12 years less than our counterpart of white folks, more affluent community. So we're not living longer, and a lot of these diseases are preventable. And so now you got to talk about lifestyles. What are you going to do personally, holding yourself accountable? But also, Lynn, we have to look at the long years of systemic, structural, institutional racism that promotes inequalities and health inequalities and also disparities and all those other racial type issues. So we're going to try to approach this from two perspectives. Number one is we're trying to get folks out from our community to look at some of the things they need to do to take care of their own health.
Take some responsibility because we do
Yes.
have to take some responsibility.
Exactly. And then some of the partners that we bring in, like a UPMC and Highmark and CCBHO and Department of Human Services, we're talking to those people that it's time that you look at, some of the policies that you have. Because we have had years, Lynn, of research that says that the Black community are suffering, from these last of diabetes and cancer, and also you're looking at juvenile diabetes now, respiratory issues. So we're also talking about the environment, Lynn. You heard a couple of years ago about the lead in the paint, lead, in the pipes. So there's a lot of things going on in our community that's not being addressed. So we have to look at this also from a political and a public health issue also. So we didn't reach out to the county health department. We didn't reached out to the universities. We didn't reach out to the county. And what we're saying is, y'all guys need to get together and talk more specifically about how we're going to invest resources into the Black community to resolve some of these health issues we're talking about.
So I know we're going to have to take a commercial break in about a minute and a half, but I know you have a big event coming up.
Yes.
So you ain't going to be able to cover all of this in one day.
No, matter of fact, there's going to be a plan after. I always got a plan, Lynn. This is a strategy.
That's true, yeah.
Yes. So, we got a lot of things going on because, Black folks, we're social people. We like to gather. Of course, we want to encourage people to mask up, because we don't know what the hell going on. This new variant, Delta variant, Lynn, that we're hearing about. So we just want to make sure we're safe.
Hold on. Let's just talk about the date, the time, and the place. We'll get into some of the other stuff in a minute. But it's happening when?
Okay, the date is going to be Saturday, August the 14th, from 8 to 8.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's going to be located in Homewood, CEA, Alma Ellery, Family Support Center, and also the Y. Those are the staging areas for what's going on, along with in the streets. So we're going to have people in the street, vendors, merchandise vendors, food, and those type of things. A basketball tournament, We even going to have some skating going on. A young man called me the other day, said, look, I want to do a pop-up skating ring. So we're going to have a pop-up skating ring also. So there's going to be a lot of fun things for the kids. We have the inflatables for the children. Also, we're going to be doing face painting and all those type of things. Then we're going to have 3 performances, Lynn, also. We're going to be having a group, a gospel group, a jazz, and also R&B. And the biggie for the day, Lynn, is going to be our 2-mile walk, run, or skate. And we're going to be commemorating a dear sister friend that ran the wild for years, Olivia Jones. So,
wow.
So we're going to be acknowledging Sister Olivia and all the work that she did in the Black community.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, I want to tap on all of those. But the bottom line is, even looking at all those locations, this is all walkable. Folks can walk from one place to the next. So they just park their car and come out. Okay, we'll talk more about that in just a minute when the Lynne Hayes Freeland Show continues. Don't go away.